Hello, Internet. The All Things YouTube live show is about to start. If you are watching this as a rerun, the countdown timer is about to come on. Just go ahead and fast forward through it. I won't mind. I could cut that puppy out, but I don't want to, because if I do, features will be removed from YouTube, and I don't want to take features away from you. No, no, no. So we'll get the countdown timer started. As always, I'll have a hot mic throughout the whole thing, so you never know what's going to happen. We'll get some audio jams going, and of course, the famous bald spot cam. Bald spot cam coming up. Two minutes. Okie dokie. Get more jams going. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Haas. Hey, that says Piano Awesome. How about that? This is actually All Things YouTube. I'm glad to be back. I took a week off. I took last week off. I was delivering a huge web development project. That project is done. It has been live for 8 days, and there are no problems. Thank goodness. So that's now out of my life, and you're going to watch out. I'm going to be putting content all over the interwebs across all of my YouTube channels. It's going to be crazy. It's just, I'm stepping up the game, baby. It's 2021. You got to do more. If you're doing the same thing in 2021 as you did last year, you're going to get surpassed. So don't do that. Oh, man, so good to be back. Let's see who's in the house. We've got Sammy Superstar. Hey, he just got an M1 Mac. Got a great series over on his channel where he talks to his 1998 Macintosh G3 PowerBook. Mark Lindsay CNC is here. Hi, Mark. Former guest on this show. Yeah. Yes, he is. Poppy's here. Poppy's Woodshed. Enola Media. Oh, Shalalala Production slipped through. Hi there, Robert. That's my co-host, Robert Lee, for the Wednesday show. Verbose Wednesdays over on his channel. Love Audio Production. That's Mr. Paul Weber. And I had a cameo on Paul's show today. That's right. I was just on his show. So if you want to click this and then just leave it open in another tab and then come right back and watch the rest of the show. This is my appearance on Paul Weber's show. Jaden the Guy is here. Hello, welcome. Glad to have everyone in the house. Oh, Jim Bashirs is here too. Hi, Jim. Yeah. Sammy says, I could not even edit my TV show, so I knew it was time to upgrade. Yeah. Those Macs from the 90s. He certainly got good use out of it, that's for sure. All right. Facebook group. Search this term over on the Facebooks. You'll find a thriving community about YouTube. That's right. I'm on another social network talking about YouTube, and that's the way I roll. Go join it. It's a lot of fun. Get your questions answered. Get to answer questions. That's fun, too. Post your stuff. It's a lot of good. Hey, Michael's here. Hello. First-time visitor. If it's good enough for Mark, then it's good enough for me. Well, I'm glad you're here. My name's Matt Haas. This is All Things YouTube. We're just getting going here. Welcome. Say hi to Michael in the chat room, everybody. I have some optional ways to support me monetarily. Got this tip system, a link. This link is also in the video description. It's easy, PayPal or credit card, and you get your name right here. And it'll stay there until someone else tips over top of you. So that's a lot of fun. Patreon is here. You can go get that. We've got Patreon over here. Whoop, hello. What's going on? Yeah, there's the Patreon page. Yeah, go get some Patreon awesomeness. I announce things first over on Patreon. So if you want to be first to know what's happening, that's how you do it. And our top supporters are Jerry Brown from Polly Wants a Crafter, Enola Media, Love Audio Production, Osprey Mama, Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashirs, and new supporter Shalalala Productions. That's Robert Lee. Welcome to the supporter group up here. If you want to support me on Patreon, I'll put your stuff up here and shout you out in front of every live show. And I will also put your stuff in every email newsletter that goes out. That's how to get to the email newsletter. Link is also in the description. $1 patrons, Steve Carmichael, Miter Mike's Woodshop, Anna B Workshop, OJ Woodworking Crafts, Javi's Woodshop, and The Mad Maker. New segment, Verbose Perspectives. This is hashtag sponsored. Robert Lee is doing a show the last Thursday of every month on his YouTube channel and other connected websites, Facebook Live, for example. And you can check that out over there on the Shalalala Productions YouTube channel. get in on that. Thank you for your, if you want to sponsor and get a shout out, if it's appropriate for my audience, I'll consider it. So just get a hold of me. I am an affiliate over on Ecamm. That's how I'm putting all this cool stuff. That's how I'm running my whole show. It's Mac software. Go get a 14-day free trial, and then when you're ready to pay for it, use this link. I'll catch a few pennies. That would be good. Same price for you. But that's how I run my live show. I have a course, Be Awesome, on YouTube, and you can get that here on the website. 32 lessons are free. And I'm so happy, Christina, my friend Christina, finished my free course. And hold on, I think I'm going to sneeze. She finished my free course and she published her YouTube channel following my advice. And although it's a brand new channel, it is so much better than most channels that first hit the scene. I will put her channel in the chat. It's called Sleep for the Soul. She is a healthcare professional, and she knows a lot about sleep. That is the channel. Go over there and, press some thumbs up and press some red buttons over there if you wouldn't mind, and tell her Matt sent you. And yeah. But seriously, you want to know how to do YouTube, and I think I'm going to change the tagline of this. I think it's going to be make searchable videos people watch. Because let's face it, that's what YouTube's all about, folks. If you do that, everything else falls into place. Look at that. I didn't sneeze. How about that? I agree, Matt. I made a major change for my channel. No more weekly videos. I'm going every other week so I can do videos on bigger projects. I'm still doing weekly Q&As, though. Hey, you know what? Now's the time. New year. I know we're in February, but still, like, come on. You gotta change. The more something stays the same, the more it changes. And the more you change, the more it stays the same. What am I getting at? Now's the time to make changes because it's going to be awesome. Jeez, I'm all over the place, folks. I'm a little rusty. I took last week off. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's get into some... this is going to be a good show. I got some good stuff to share with everybody. So definitely... You're definitely going to be in for a good surprise, or a good for a good show. First thing in the news, and this is fascinating to me, but it really makes no difference to anything. But I just find it neat because I love analytics. I love complicated websites. I love complicated platforms like YouTube, and I'm a geek. I geek out on the technology. But here's the question for the chat. If you have a 10-minute video and someone watches it at 2 times speed, okay, obviously they're going to finish the video in 5 minutes. They're not going to actually spend 10 whole minutes on the clock. They're only going to spend 5 minutes. What's it going to show up in watch time? Are you going to get 10 minutes of watch time, or are you going to get 5 minutes of watch time? They still watch the whole thing. What do you think? Put a 10 or a 5 in the chat as your guess as to what the reporting is going to be in your analytics. Someone watches a 10-minute video at twice the speed. Are you getting credit for 5 minutes, or are you getting credit for all 10? What say you? All right. Love Audio Production says 5. Anyone else? Mark Lindsay says 10. Okay. Michael, 10. Gotcha. Okay, it's coming in here. It's 50-50 split now. John Ventrini's here. Hi, John. 35 seconds. The answer is 5. You're going to get 5 minutes of watch time. However, if you're looking at the audience retention, that is unaffected. Then you get credit for... So in some parts of the interface... So you're both right. Those that said 10, you're right. And those that said 5, you're right. But with the exception of the audience retention, it's going to get you credit for 5. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I just find it fascinating. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Now I know it. I think that's cool. People speed up my videos all the time. Yeah, it's all good. They're watching your stuff. All YouTube cares about is that they're watching videos on the platform. There is a new feature in analytics, and it is awesome, and I'm so happy. And we're going to do a little field trip over here on the YouTubes. Okay. Oh, there's Christina's channel. Look at that channel. Look at this channel. That is a great channel. Awesome banner. She's got her social media stuff up here. Like, you know, a good logo for the thing, a good title of the channel, a good, channel name. Channel name is good. Yeah. Come on. That's someone who took the class. I'm so excited. Yeah. Links in the chat for her channel. Go press that red button. Okay. What was I going to say? All right. The new feature. Okay. Let's go get the new feature. Where is it? Well, I have to. Oh, there's my appearance on Paul's website. Thank you for that, Paul. Okay. Let me get into analytics here. Artfully Blind with Diana is here. Hi, Artfully Blind with Diana. So is Mel Mel. Hi, Mel Mel. New feature. You're here. You're just in time. There is a brand new feature in analytics. Let me show you how to get there. So you go to analytics and you go into advanced mode. Up here, advanced mode. Then under compare to, there's a new option. Look at this. What is that? Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Compare how each video performed during the first 24 hours. And look at these little dots. Ooh, it's a preview of what's to come. So I'm going to go here. First 24 hours video performance. What am I looking at here? Look at this dot graph. So what this shows is it groups your videos and it ranks them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the number of views. And this is only factoring in the first 24 hours. You can do 24 hours, 7 days, or 28 days, but 24 hours is so. After the 24 hours, the metrics stop. And then if you hover over an entry down here, the little dot glows. See how it's popping and locking over there? Or if you hover over the dot, then the entry goes gray. See how it's turning gray down there when I roll over it? And so what you could do is you can see in the first 24 hours what types of videos did really well. Obviously, this is my top performer here. So I'll hover over this. Not getting subs, do this. Okay. Was my second one. 4 things streamers should stop doing. 5th. 4th. So obviously, I mean, just from this, like I'm posing a question and I'm answering something for someone. This is how to fix the problem of not getting subs. That's valuable. This is 4 things streamers should stop doing. That's valuable too. So obviously, if I'm on a topic, I'm not getting as much traffic. Anyway, brand new report. What do you think of that? Go get that. That's out there. It's live for everyone. Mark Lindsay CNC says, so I got 18K hours of watch time in January. Imagine what it would have been if folks watched at regular speed. Oh, Mark. I'm going to be sneezing here. I know it's going to happen. Fair warning. All right. The last piece of news. I have open Q&A all night long, so if you have a question, just let me know. I'm going to take off the YouTube news because that's the end of the platform changes. And we are going to get into the next segment. Viewer discretion advised. Sneezing. Hashtag sneezing. Okay, here we go. Did everybody get this notice? Susan Wojcicki. She had her letter to the community. She does these once a quarter, sort of. And she addresses what's going to be new and different for 2021. She's the CEO of YouTube, so what she has to say should be taken seriously. She has her obligatory, we love creators, we're going to make it great for creators section. So they're doing that. Policy transparency. This is the biggest bugaboo. You know, YouTube's doing this for this channel, but not for mine, or I got hit with this and other channels are not. They're so when policies change, YouTube has really been beefing up the help pages next to policy, because there'd be a policy and be like, okay, well, how does that translate into like what I'm doing? And it was kind of hard to know what crossed the line. And so now they have detailed examples of what's in scope, what's out of scope. It's helping. Revenue. This has been a great corporate strategy for a long time at YouTube, because at one time, advertisers were the sole source of revenue. So if you have revenue coming in from one source, that source can have influence over your platform. And they did. A lot of the things that were built in YouTube heavily favored the advertiser. And you shouldn't heavily favor any one constituent when you're running a business. And so what they've done is they've done the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships. All of that is additional forms of revenue, and it lessens the influence of the advertiser. Not that advertisers are bad. I mean, I know no one likes watching ads. I mean, hands up, who loves watching ads? I mean, come on, I get it. But they're focused. They're focused on additional forms of revenue and having YouTube be a living. You can make a living on YouTube. It's not easy, but it's possible. And they've even changed the way they've reported in the US the income. It's now the same it's the same as royalties. So if you were an actor and you got royalties, it's somehow the tax classification shifted. I don't understand how that's good or bad, but I'm told that it's good. So yeah, Sammy Superstar knows what's up. I do not like ads. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Neither do I. Supporting the success of all creators, living up to our responsibilities. You know, this is where they try and make sure content doesn't bring down the whole ecosystem, and they treated political content and content about the thing that shall not be named, that thing. So they've done that. Learning. YouTube has said for a long time, and consistently, they're all about education. They want to raise up education content. So if you're looking to learn something on YouTube, education's the way it is. Now, Mark Lindsay has done some experimenting, because you can categorize your channel. How-to is a category, education is a category, and they have several more. And he found that the ad dollars for education are not as high as the how-to ad dollars, because when you advertise on the platform, you can kind of direct where you want your stuff to go. And I guess people aren't directing it to education as much. But from YouTube, from the mouth of the CEO, she says they're elevating those types of videos. So if you have an education channel, you might more easily reach an audience than a how-to channel. But a how-to channel might earn you more revenue. You know, as a business decision, you would need to do that. But they're all about education. They recognize a lot of people are doing things on the mobile device, and more features are coming to the mobile versions. Hey, we got a thumbs down. Thank you. Thumbs down and thumbs up. They all help equally. Hopefully that was thumbs down for the content I was sharing and not a reflection of the show, but I mean, hey, it's no longer considered self-employment revenue, so you no longer have the self-employment tax liability on that income. Well, there you go. That must be how, that's how it's better. Thank you, Mark. Excuse me. Mark Lindsay, I'm telling you, he's smart. He's a smart guy. Oh, no for the ads. Gotcha. They might promote education more, but advertisers pay less for education channels. Yep, ding, ding, ding. 100% right. And, you know, subject to change. That's the thing about YouTube. It's never the same thing. Regulatory landscape. Oh, boy. Whew, my goodness. I'm not sick. I just, I think it's the humidity in this house. I'm taking steps to turn on the humidifier. I have like a whole house humidifier attachment to the furnace, and I disabled it when I moved in here. I think that was a mistake. I think if I had more humidity in here. Oh, man, yeah, regulatory landscape. YouTube is just getting... It's one thing after the other. Was that Article 17 in the UK, and then it changed to Article 13, I think, 12 or something like that. I don't know what it is. That was horrible. They have the SOPA and the COPAs here in the US, and now Australia. Australia was going to do something that's going to take YouTube search completely off of Australia. Like, they're like, you're going to go to youtube.com, or not YouTube, Google search. If the Australian government does what they're trying to do in this regulation area, you're going to go to youtube.australia or whatever the AUS top level domain is over in that country, and it's going to forward to youtube.com because they're not playing. They're not playing. Copy trading's here. Any way to test the optimized audio level for lives on YouTube video other than listen and learn? Oh, I can answer that. Okay, I'll answer that in a second. Thank you, Copy Trading. Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Article 17, previously Article 13. Yeah. This is one area, if I was CEO, I wouldn't have any patience for. I want to run my website the way I want to run it, and to heck with what the regulations are. But oh, no worries. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're chatting. You're always welcome. And by all means, disagree. If I say anything you don't like, tell me. Say no in the comments. Say I don't think that's right, Matt. Tell me to go pound sand. Do it respectfully. It's all good. It's all good here. Regulations, smegulations. I hear you, Jim, for sure. Oh, copy trading. Okay, great question. And again, open Q&A, folks. If you have a question, just ask it in the chat. If I don't get to your question, ask it a second time. I might not have seen it. There we go. Thank you, Mark. Mark never pulls any punches there. Well, the way I do it is I have, you're not going to like this answer. You're not going to like it. All right, so let's see if I can get this going. Plug this in. Okay. And then here we go. We'll go like this. So my audio levels, sorry. My audio levels I can see on my soundboard. So I have the Rodecaster Pro. Now this is obvious. Whoops, sorry. So yeah, this is cheat mode because I have a piece of hardware that does it. If you don't have a piece of hardware and you're using software like Ecamm will tell you the levels as well. And I always try and have it just barely touch that yellow mark. And that yellow is negative 15 dB. I'm a little hot. Probably pull myself down just a bit. Try and stay a little close. So yeah, streaming software can help. The streaming software I'm using is Ecamm. So you can go get that if you're on a Mac there. Now, if you're streaming direct from the phone, so you're in the YouTube app and you do it that way, like this, you can go into YouTube and then you can hit the plus down below and then you hit go live. Well, I don't think I want to hit that because I don't want to start streaming, but that's another way you can so what I was saying is if you're going live from the phone, there is no level indication. And if you're going live directly from the interface, so if you're here and you enter the Go Live dashboard and you start a webcam, and you fill this out and go, you will not have level notifications. And if that's the case, then you will have to speak a couple sentences, be quiet, go to your live stream, listen to yourself back live, and then test the levels that way. What I recommend instead is go live to an unlisted show where no one's going to know about it because no notifications are going to go out. And then you can testing 1, 2, 3, and then hear it back. So you either need specialized software for streaming or you need hardware like the Rodecaster Pro or some other type of soundboard, or you can go live unlisted and test it before you actually go live. That's my recommendation. Does the chat have any other comments about that? Matt's answer is to buy a $400 mic and a $700 mixing board. Well, yeah. No, Matt, you're way on. What if you're on a real computer? I think I answered that question. For live streaming, I use Streamlabs OBS on my PC, and I can get audio levels too. Yes, OBS. That's a good. That is like Ecamm, but it's free. So if you're using OBS, you can get the level indicator like I showed you in Ecamm. See, Mark always knows. OBS for the win. Yep. Thanks, Matt. Good answer. You're welcome. Thank you for the question. I appreciate the question. Oh, I still have these in. I don't know why. I wanted to share with you something fun. I published a video over on Awesome Fun Things. Are you familiar with Awesome Fun Things? Let me show you this. There it is. Web development fun. So what I did here is I went through I went through what it takes to build a platform online. So a website, but like a fully interactive, built from the ground up website. And it's a glimpse on how some of these bigger platforms are put together. And I also talk about the challenge of updating the website to new versions of PHP and MySQL, like the language of the website and the database of the website. So if you're interested in geeking out on some web technology goodness, some web development goodness, I have that video for your viewing pleasure. Go ahead and check that out if you're into that. It's 11 minutes, and it's kind of fascinating because people think, oh, YouTube is just one server sitting somewhere. No, it most certainly isn't. Got some details from Mark here. He says, on my regular published videos, I normalize all my audio to peak around -1 dB, and it works great. Oh, peak. Well, that's pretty loud, but yeah. Yep. That's right before it clips. There you go. And Jim says he sounds great. Yep. It's all down to this mic. Audio-Technica ATR 2100. Great podcast mic. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Ooh, I got to watch that. I'm doing my wife's now using Brosy and WooCommerce. I have no hair left. Brizzly. I'm not sure what that is. WooCommerce is the shopping cart that I use on some of my websites. And that's a plugin for WordPress. Yeah. Now, this link here, this isn't WordPress. I wrote this code from the ground up. Every piece of code is mine. It's not using WordPress is what they call a content management system or a CMS. It does not have a CMS. I wrote everything myself. Kind of fascinating how that all came about. Oh, the layout plugin. Gotcha. I use Divi, D-I-V-I. That's a third-party paid. You have to pay in order to use it, but it's super powerful. And then when WordPress came out with their latest major version, it had all kinds of features that Divi had in it. So in other words, it was so good, the WordPress community kind of copied its features. Thought that was fun. Jimbo's here. Hi, Jimbo5312. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. Mark says, I use WooCommerce on my WordPress website, and it's basically trouble-free. Yeah, I use WooCommerce on the baseball fan club that I run, and it can do complicated things like do different tiers of products. You can do like hats or shirts at different sizes, and you can do complicated things where you can say, here's a down payment, and then here's the full payment if you wanted to split up a purchase over 2 purchases. Like, that's a complicated thing to kind of cobble together. And if you're into it and you need those powerful features, WooCommerce can certainly deliver. # not sponsored. My daughter got it going with a restaurant theme and dumped it on my lap. Ugh. I have to switch it to a sewing business. I see. Now, if I can get PayPal to stop asking me for a tracking number on digital download, all would be perfect. Yeah. Everyone's getting into the digital download space. I saw Teespring is now pushing digital downloads. Like, everyone wants digital downloads because you know what? They all get a kickback. So if you use Teespring for digital downloads, they get a kickback. I sold my first digital download on my Etsy store. Do you know I have an Etsy store? I kind of forgot that I had an Etsy store. It's for Awesome with Things. I have one set of plans, which is the plans on how to build this desk for $6.50 or something like that. And I pay Etsy 25 cents a month because they make you pay 25 cents for every listing that you have in your store. and I've been paying it for years. Never I got my first sale, and I got it. I think it was January 30th, almost toward the end of the year, and now it's hitting my bank account tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna have $5 in my bank account. Can you believe it? First Etsy sale. Now, also, I spent 3 months building this desk. The desk cost about $1,000 in materials, and then I spent about 2 weeks making the plans. The plans are awesome. Detailed, cut lists, material lists, everything. You can have this too. So after all of that and about 2.5 years, I got my first sale. So, and that is really a parable for what it's like to be a content creator. So you too can spend $1,000 on materials, 3 months of your life building this, 2 weeks making the plans, putting it on Etsy, giving Etsy 25 cents a month for 2.5 years, and then get your first $6 sale. You too can live the dream. But anyway, not that I've complained. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that someone bought my plans. I'm happy about that. So yeah, cha-ching, says Michael. Yes, yes. If Etsy didn't want so much, we'd probably stick with it. Yeah, a lot of people complain about Etsy. I'm in some Etsy Facebook groups, and whoo, yeah, there is some drama on the platform of Etsy. Oh, we got a question coming through from Artfully Blind with Diana. She says, if I use an art activity / tutorial from my book in my video, do I have to give more credit than the book credits in the description box? And am I allowed to do this without author's permission? Okay, good question. So let's talk about that. You are most likely running up against fair use because you are, for education purposes and commentary, good or bad, or parody, you can reuse someone else's copyrighted works for commercial purposes without their permission. So it sounds like you're running up against that. Of course, it's good practice to give credit to the source. It sounds like you're doing that. I don't know what you mean by give more credit than the book credits in the description box. I think the book credits in the description box is fine. Maybe you could speak about the book, say a few words about the book on the actual broadcast or video. That might help too. And yes, you are allowed to do that without the author's permission because it's fair use. Now, fair use is not a law. It's more like a legal doctrine. And the only way to determine if something falls into fair use is by a judge's decision. And we only have past court cases to infer what future judges will say on a particular topic. But the way the DMCA system is written, and that's the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, that's how to take down content from the internet that is yours, that's used without your permission. The only way to do that, and that has provisions for fair use, and fair use is what I said, for if you're using it for education or for commentary or criticism or parody. So sounds like you're good to go. Now, if your whole channel was going through every activity in the book and you basically copied the whole book and you did that for dozens of videos in a row and that's all you did on your channel, then, you might get into some steep water, some deep water, legal trouble, but who knows? All right, let me catch up. Oh, Jim Dockrell is here. Good evening, Jim. Welcome back to the channel. One time I did that and did ask the author permission, and they wanted me to post book credits plus their social media links. Yeah, it's always good practice to reach out. And, you know, the author asking for social media links, that's just it. They're asking. That's just like a business relationship type thing. But as far as the law goes, the law is how I describe it. At best, quote unquote, fair use is a guess. It's a gray area. Set aside money for legal fees. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. But there is some pretty good precedent in past court cases, and it is what it is. I'm a fan of doing all original stuff, but I mean, hey, sometimes critics, you know, they have to critique other people's work, and so there's a lot of legitimate use cases. And if that's what you do, hey, more power to you. I got no beef. Jaden the Guy says, question, how do I get more watch hours on this YouTube channel? You want to get watch hours on mine? You scream to the world, everyone, go check out allthingsyoutube.com and go to the channel that's hooked up on that webpage. For your own, you make searchable videos people watch. Make sure your video has a good title and an accurate description of what the video is, and you should formulate the title as if it's answering a question. You know, how do I do XYZ? You know, your title could be learn how to do XYZ. And then when they do click on your video, it should be what the user thinks it's going to be. So no bait and switch, no clickbait. Don't do that. And then make sure you deliver value the whole way through, so they're not jumping off early. You have to watch your analytics and see where people. Can you hear my dog? She's crying for some reason. Don't know why. I think she wants me to go back to the bedroom with her because she might be sleepy. Are you sleepy? I'm trying to do a show here, Tinkerbell. I have a little Shih Tzu. Her name's Tinkerbell. She's crying. All right. That's how you get more watch time. Follow my course. The second chapter in my course is all about the answer to your question. And that's the second chapter teaches you how to make searchable videos people watch. That's what I would recommend. I'm also building some background sleep noise and relaxing background YouTube vids to get the get the view time up on the channel. I have money in AdSense purgatory. I'm happy to post their social media links if they gave me permission to use their book. And I'd include an affiliate link to it too. See, Mark's always working the business angle. That's right. Mine would be XYZ, myth, necessity. 10 hours of calm, relaxing Bashir's 3D printer music. You guys are so funny. Weekly streams, raise the watch time. Hi, Tinkerbell. What are you doing? Come here. What do you have to say to the YouTube audience? Oh, yeah? Are you hungry? I just fed you. You're a little piggy. Yes, you are. So this is Tinkerbell. She's crying for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, my goodness. I could have put up 3 days in 3 days of the highway closing barricades. Sausages. She would eat sausages if I'd give them to her. No doubt about it. All right, folks, go use that new report. Let me know what you think. Go into analytics and do that 24-hour comparison. I think that's a fun thing. Let's get some fun things happening here. Next week's show, always back here Monday. That's next week's show. Go ahead and click that. Choose set reminder once you're there. Then you'll get a little pop-up. On Wednesdays, I'm doing the Verbose Wednesday show. We're now doing the first 3 Thursdays. This is Verbose Wednesday, so next Thursday. Catch me there. My co-host Robert Lee and I on the Shalalala Productions YouTube channel and Facebook page are going to have open Q&A. And then here's Brenda G's Designs. Whoops. There it is. Brenda G's Designs. Join me Thursday over there. You remember that, Brenda G's Designs. We do a show called Mind Equals Blown. It's a lot of fun. And if you haven't signed up for the All Things YouTube newsletter, get in on that. And remember, Patreon people get entries in every newsletter, so that's fun too. Okay. I think we're going to wrap it up here, folks. Thank you for being awesome. I'm glad to be back on the YouTubes. I did take last week off, but now that the web development project is behind me, it's full speed ahead on all of my YouTube channels. I've got the piano channel. Oh, look at this. Oh, I got a new screen here. Oh, wait a minute. Don't leave yet. I want to show you. I worked on a new panel for... Oh, now look, I can't find it. Where did it go? I had a brand new, where is it? Here it is. That's it. Look at this. Hey, this is a new screen I have. So there's All Things YouTube Live every 7 p.m. every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. This is my course. That's the YouTube group. These are my other live shows. And then here's my other YouTube channels. So anyway, I kind of dig that. I hope you dig that too. So where is that? Oh, there it is. Oh, I was wondering where that, didn't know where that graphic was on my list. I have it on the button. All right. We'll leave it here. Thank you, everyone. Tinkerbell says goodbye. Take care.